oh boy, what a game have we just witnessed. For majority of this game, it seemed like that, you could watch the game, have the commentary on, take a nap and still kind of figure out what would have happened in the game. But it wasn't quite like that. Many twists and turns. Firstly, Mumbai Indians get to 192, halfway stage, you're saying very good batting performance. Punjab with the record at the ground in Mullanpur not being able to chase it. Exactly how it's going to pan out when Punjab come out to bat. 77 for 6 inside of the first 10 overs. Game done, dusted. Everyone's making a plan. What is it that I can do? Maybe go to Netflix, or maybe Sports Today is going to come live earlier. We here at Sports Today are saying, okay, early show, we wrap up, go home early for a change. No Champions League also to watch at night. Maybe catch up on our sleep early. Wasn't to be. From there on, you have an Ashutosh Singh and a Shashank Singh come out all guns blazing at a strike rate of closing in on 200 for Shashank, more than 200 for Ashutosh. 41 of 25 for Shashank Singh, 61 of just 28 deliveries, a 200 strike rate for the man in form this IPL in Ashutosh. What happens? You have 28 needed of 24 balls. Once again, you are saying game is done and dusted. Punjab cannot lose from there. From there on, 2 overs, one by Jasprit Bumrah, the other by Gerald Coetzee, and the game once again there is a twist and a turn, and it turns around. Before Rabada smashes that 6, and again there is a twist and a turn, and they are in a chance with Akash Madwal, very jittery, tentative after the 24 run over that he's already given, bowling the last over. You think Punjab can do it, and then Punjab lose from them. Many twists and turns that I mentioned, plenty to talk about. But my first question to my co-panelist is, could a Rabada dive given us another twist and a turn? Could the result have been different?
Looking at his frame, looking at his build, I don't think Rabada is that kind of a batter or a athlete who dives.
He's a fast bowler. He's a lanky.
It is like an MS Dhoni. He rarely dived. For that kind of build, for that kind of thing, I don't think Rabada is confident with the injury history that he's got, that he's probably going to dive for it.
Because if he dives, 10 needed, game on.
Yep.
I mean, he's just smashed a 6. And I was surprised with the batting position that they sent Rabada. I think Rabada is a batter who should be ahead of Harpreet and Harsham. Quite honestly, just to bat ahead.
But I have a little disagreement with what Siddharth said. I don't think, the frame of a player or...
Do you ever have an agreement with him? Or?
Most days I actually disagree with him. There's only a few times that Siddharth and I end up being on the same page. But strong disagreement to where he says that the frame of the player should then decide or let him off the hook in this sort of a situation.
Is he bigger than Pollard? Pollard would have dived.
That's what I'm saying. It's the situation that determines the kind of effort that you're expected to put, and I think that demanded for a full throttle, full body dive over there. You had to just go in and try and make your ground over there. Maybe he was optimistic that he would make his ground, but then knowing that it's touch and go, you had to be putting in a full and dive over there. I don't quite think you to be thinking of anything else that time.
Maybe for once the throw was good enough. That's why even a dive probably might not have saved him.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. I am disagreeing to where you say the frame didn't allow. You were expected, boss, you the last wicket.
You're shifting goalpost.
Okay. If not shifting the goalpost, I think because of his injury history also.
Whatever it is, I will not. If I'm there to win the match for the team, I'm not. Will you allow? Let's say if the same Kagiso Rabada was fielding on the ropes, 2 runs, let's say, that he had to save, and the match would then have gone to super over if the situation was like that. Would you then not accuse him of putting him a dive or, not being agile enough? You would, right?
Maybe,
if the ball then goes for a boundary.
It depends upon the judgment. The judgment of diving.
So, yeah, I am fine if you were to say that, this was an error of judgment on his part. But to say that the frame is not allowing him to put in a dive, I don't take that.
No, it's not the frame, but what I will agree with him, I agree, frame cannot decide because there could be a Pollard who's big enough.
Got to be diving, simple as that, last wicket.
Maybe it's the nature of the player. Some people are natural divers, some are not.
But last wicket, it can still be done.
Could have been. Anyway.
Should have done.
Because
Or
see,
maybe he's saying that, listen, बच्चों की जान लेगा क्या मैं I'm bowling 4 overs.
Unless he was like,
No, you know,
lost cause and all.
No, the thing
not
is,
lost
see,
cause.
exactly.
If it was a lost cause, he wouldn't have gone for that.
For
six.
double.
when
And
Ashutosh
that
Sharma had gotten into 28 of 24, and also he played out the Bumrah over pretty well. At that time, even the on-air commentators were discussing when he played that shot to get out, was it necessary?
No, it wasn't. See, again, we will talk about Ashutosh's batting and you know how good he has been. He's been outstanding, a revelation. I think if you're going to list the top 3 really breakout or breakthrough performances this IPL, I'm sure Ashutosh is going to be one of them. But that's a debate for another day. That I will agree. As much as we enjoyed his batting today, absolutely outstanding from a no-hope position where he brings his team to a position like that. I think the one thing that, of course, and I don't blame him for that.
Yeah.
But that's where experience comes. Why do you say that experience is something that can't be bought? Like talent and hard work is something that he comes with. You clearly know, and a lot of youngsters do come with that. He has the talent, and of course, he's putting in a lot of hard work, which is why he is where he is. Absolutely mind-blowing batting to have brought his team so close. But again, you maybe go to a Joss Butler. Joss Butler was an outstanding form, but he had that experience. So he realized when you reach the situation where I said 28 needed of 24 and you're still batting, at that time you're not taking any chances. You're not playing that shot. From there on, what are you doing? Singles, doubles, an odd boundary. Because that time for being a daredevil is gone. You've done it. You've achieved it. You've got your team to a runner ball. You need to finish it. And also because you have to remember, you're already 8 down at that situation, right? So you can't afford to be taking a chance like that because you're batting so low down the order. You can't afford to be taking that. With that in mind, I agree. That's the one thing that he will regret. That's the one thing that will not allow him to go to sleep tonight, even though you'd be happy with the knock he's played. But as I know, any competitive sports person, unless you win, any knock that you played will never give you satisfaction. And I'm sure it's going to be the same for us.
His city of Ratlam will truly be rejoicing at this point in time because Ashutosh Sharma came, if you look at it, from a difficult situation that he was in at that point in time. Because, so if you look at it, Ashutosh left Ratlam at the age of 8. I have done a video on that where Ashutosh Sharma had left Ratlam at the age of 8, did some menial jobs, then took up a cricketing career. Didn't have a good time with Chandrakant Pandit, unfortunately, at the MPCA.
Why?
He was singled out, I think, in the 2020 season. There were some players that he wanted to go with, and he was just left behind in the hotel room. He didn't give him much chances. And at that time, when MP were slowly but surely making their way as a top tier team in the domestic system, it was led by Chandu sir.
Chandrakant Pandit, I think is a great coach, but he also comes with a reputation of being a hard
taskmaster.
Yeah. So there are players who have spoken up in the KKR camp also that it's not easy being with him, and at domestic level he does that. But I personally have no problems with that because each coach will be different. Each coach cannot be the best buddy of the team members, and sometimes you need those sort of coaches. And by the way, his resume speaks for itself. Where he's taken teams like completely rank outsiders to outstanding performances in domestic circuit. Maybe sometime you need coaches like that. But anyway, maybe for some time, if it was Ashutosh, as you were mentioning, if it was a situation where he was hurt or felt that he was being ill-treated or unfairly treated on that situation, maybe that's what has led to his resurgence here in
fired him up.
Yeah,
it has.
happens with a lot of players.
And if you want a thriller in the IPL, play all your games in Mullanpur. Because this venue has produced a lot of thrillers. RR PBKS, PBKS SRH, now PBKS MI.
I would say the halfway stage, if you were to pick one team that's been the entertainer so far, it's actually been Punjab. Look at the number of close shaves that they've had.
3. Unadkat barely saved 29 runs.
Yes.
Mumbai Indians, if you look at it.
6 of those, right?
27, Mumbai, they got out of jail today. It needed the inexperience of Ashutosh not taking the game deep to get them that. And of course, Rabada, last wicket, but anyway, last wicket is touch and go. Should I go for it? Should I not go for it? That's why it's it's the most apt thing said today on air. Finishing games is not everybody's cup of tea. It cannot be because there is a whole different level of pressure. You see what happened PBKS will know about it. Your team will know about it. 2020, PBKS DC. They needed 2 runs. Lost 2 wickets. Went to the super over. They lost that super over also.
But I agree. While I agree, not everyone can be a finisher, but I think at the moment to put Ashutosh in that bracket of he doesn't know that he's a finisher would also be too early, right?
And
Early
harsh
days.
also.
Harsh, exactly my point. It's early days for him. He's not been able to do it today, and I'm sure that he'll be the first one to recognize that. But I think if he'll get more next time, same situation, surely he's not playing that shot. That shot was needed at the point that he executed it brilliantly. I mean, talking about his shots, I think the shot of the match, and despite the fact that you had Rohit Sharma, you had Suryakumar Yadav do really well in a game that we just witnessed. I mean, plenty of good performances. But in all of that, shot of the match has to be that scoop shot, which is effectively a reverse paddled scoop.
Yeah.
Because
To Madwal.
yeah.
Yes.
Because usually, it's either outside the off stump for a right-hander that they do it, or at best right at the center of the stump that they do it. This is
Outside
probably
leg.
outside the leg stump, and from there he's scooping it firstly over the keeper's head, which is in itself very tough. But picking up from the line that he is absolutely incredible. And the thing that fascinated me more was the fact that he did it so nonchalantly, like as if
Ease.
no big deal. Like this is a game that just saw Suryakumar Yadav bat and played some stunning shots of his own, which he always does, and then he plays the shot and does it as if, listen, this is what I do day in and day out, and I'm sure he does. I'm sure he practices this. You just can't execute it immediately in a game scenario. That was absolutely
prior to that, and that's what tells you that the man is in rich vein of form right now. I thought that would actually, prior to that, it was just the previous over when he was facing Jasprit Bumrah. I thought we'd seen the match, the shot of the match in that particular over when he almost gets down on his leg and then hits Jasprit Bumrah on the leg side, almost a Yorker length ball which he picks and then hits on the leg side over deep midway. This is the shot of the match, but then he produces that shot, and I'm like, no, that has to be shot number 2, because this is unbelievable. But to do that to Jasprit Bumrah, imagine,
And for me,
a brilliant shot.
The other moment was the way how he tackled Bumrah in his 4th over. He knew that I just have to get through him, and then the game is there for us to win. Which is why
First ball was a 120 kmph ball, which was an over-pitch ball. Again, Bumrah trying to entice the batsman, but he'd already made up his mind that I am not taking any risks in this over. So the idea will be just to rotate as much as possible, which is why just 3 runs you saw. First 3 balls, the last 3 were then dot balls, I think. So the plan was clear, but just unfortunate. But he has finished things off for his side earlier. Him and Shashank.
in the GT game.
In the GT game, that's when they established themselves. So it's not like yes, he failed today, but he did finish the game of.
No, I think your Punjab Kings. I mean, you're placing far too much expectations on 2 individuals, Shashank Singh and Ashutosh Sharma. First season of IPL, they didn't get a go earlier on. Look at the top order. Look at what is a Sam Curran, a Prabh Simran, a Riley Russo, a Liam Livingston are doing. 6-0-1-1.
Absolutely. If your top order, if the scores of the top order is going to look more like a hotline number, then this is where the team is going to find itself. It's just too much work then left for the low order.
I can't believe Sam Curran batting where he is. I mean, it was anyway a luxury, and I thought that they were being over adventurous, batting him at number 4. Now he's captain, so he's saying I'll bat. This reminds me of gully cricket where he's saying मैं captain हूँ, मैं open भी bowling करूँगा, open भी batting करूँगा, मेरा bat है. I mean, can't be like that.
And yet again a batting order that floundered. Where on earth has Harpreet Singh Bhatia ever batted at number 4 or 5? He can also be an opener.
He can be. He top 3, 4.
Yes.
Exactly. So put yourself up. As if I'm the captain, I'm putting myself up. You're a middle order batter, you bat there. There are top order batters, you let them bat off the top. This is the see. I thought maybe Shikhar is not playing, not available, whatever. Could probably work for them because he was out of form. Maybe a bit of tweak here and there allows you that now changes to do. But everyone else, and this takes me to the point. How does Sam Curran become the captain?
But
I think you announced Jitesh Sharma as the captain. I'm not saying he would have done any better, but at least could have ensured that he's the captain, so he will decide. I will bowl 4 overs, get hammered. I will bat on top of the order, but that's not his position. He's never done that.
Yeah. Despite not having a clear head, you're still managing to pull off victories and close ones also.
That's primarily, and that's one thing that we always credited Punjab for. The one team that backs youngsters, whatever said and done. I know a lot of teams do get youngsters in the auction, but 90% of the time they're sitting on the bench.
Yep.
So many youngsters we know of have spent 1 season, 2 seasons in big franchises. Every big franchise, I can think of Mumbai Indians,
Chennai Super Kings.
CSK are the
RCB,
ones, yes.
CSK, where players have just sat on the bench and have got the chance, and even they come good is the 3rd season, 4th season, or sometimes you've seen how good they are when they travel to another franchise. The one thing that I will credit Punjab for, one, that they invest in local talent. So their local players, they like to keep that local flavor, unlike all other teams where they may be CSK but are
Maharashtra Super Kings.
or like that. There are many, or there are
KKR.
Gujarat, but they are Tamil Nadu Kings.
Yeah.
There are
KKR are more like Delhi Knight Riders.
Exactly.
So there are already, but Punjab is one team that says no. Our youngsters are catchment area. This is the word that was used at the start.
I know.
We're going to give them chances, and not only do they bring them in the squad, and not only do they bring them and retain them, but they also actually push
them
for them to play. Credit to Punjab for that. As much as we criticize their management, who do goof up on a lot of occasions, in terms of their captaincy and retention, how much money they pay for a certain player in the auction. Those are areas that they get criticism. We realize that. But giving youngsters opportunity, the confidence, that's what Punjab does. And this season, Shashank Singh, Ashutosh Sharma,
Harpreet Brar.
Brar.
Although Harpreet Brar has been doing it for 2-3 seasons now for Punjab Kings.
Yeah.
But your
He
major
is very
standout was
economical, by the way.
Arshdeep.
He goes under the radar. He doesn't get enough credit. Harpreet Brar, his economy in the middle overs is one of the very best.
Yes.
He will not have wickets to show for, but the fact that he drives up runs is tremendous.
I mean, look at the names you have mentioned. Arshdeep Singh primarily came into India contention due to his exploits with Punjab Kings. You look at Harpreet Brar, he's still there because look at the way how he's controlling and he's getting big players out. You got a Jitesh who's come back primarily in contention because of what he's done with PBKS.
But let me talk about Jitesh since you mentioned him. Again, an opportunity for him to stake a claim. Another failure for him in this IPL. Again, I'm not going to look at total runs, not number of runs in totality, because he bats at 6-7.
Yeah,
Fine.
today it was 7.
Yeah, but if there are players like Shashank and Ashutosh producing those cameos, and he is also in that lineup, he's now an India player, he's the incumbent, who's the current, till the last series that they played, the number 1 wicketkeeper batter in T20 cricket. He's not performing, and I think slowly and steadily,
Ship is sailing.
yeah, he's losing the race.
The selectors are getting a very easy task now because I think it's only now boiled down to 2.
Then it's over because you need to. Who plays in the 11 is a different thing altogether. Then
I mean, there could be more. I will.
I know,
that,
yeah.
But I'm just saying for Jitesh, for the moment we're talking about Jitesh. See, again, if you are trying to accelerate, you get out, or something else happens, you understand that. But today you got to do a full toss.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but today he got out to a full toss, and those are things that are unpardonable. Considering, I'm sure he knows it, just as we keep discussing back of his head, that these are crucial knocks, not only for his team to pull them through, but personally for him looking ahead to that T20 World Cup. And I think now how many 7 games now?
7 games are done, yeah. And
I
another 2 games to
I
go.
think he's still under 100 runs. He was 77 2 games
not
back.
looking at total
I'm saying
runs.
at some point even this will count. Even I am not going by the volume. The volume of runs isn't in question for somebody performing the role that he is.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was promoted up the order last match, this match as well, the opportunity was there. Look at what players like Shashank and Ashutosh in the same setup are doing. Ashutosh in fact comes to bat after him and still ends up having almost pulling off a match-winning knock.
Now you have to bat Ashutosh.
No, there is a big difference now.
Exactly,
have to.
and at some point the franchise will realize that Shashank and Ashutosh, and they are realizing, see, Punjab are also slow thinkers that way because they take their own time to realize things. Ashutosh was not in the playing 11 in the previous match. Today at least he's in the playing 11. So what happens with them also, you tend to not understand at times, but they will realize that this is a batter who gets about 30 odd deliveries, almost gets the match for you as well, plays at a striker of over 200. He needs to bat more balls, and if that's the case, then we win.
No, now the problem is, see, you're talking about Ashutosh and Shashank Singh, okay? For them, there is no distraction, so they can play with freedom. For Jitesh, that India call-up is a big distraction. And it's showing, by the way, how he's playing.
I think the talk is getting to him.
No, but while that's an interesting point, that could be. But then, if that is the case, and that's a valid point, maybe but then that itself shows the temperament of a person,
Yes.
right? Or performing under pressure. Everyone at this stage, whether it is a Jitesh, or for that matter a Rishabh Pant, or for that matter a Sanju Samson, or for that matter your fast bowlers, whether it was Avesh, Arshdeep, whoever else, Siraj, all of them are in contention. No? The ones that are stepping up are the ones that you're going to take, because when under scrutiny, when the chips are down, when it is a matter of World Cup ticket or not, they're performing. And if that is indeed the case, which is, as I said, is a valid thing, then maybe you're okay to have doubts.
I had the same thing in mind. I was about to bring it up in the conversation that I think because you've seen ups and downs of Jitesh Sharma, you've seen various modes of dismissal. I'm now going by the modes of dismissal, which is what makes me say that I think the talk is getting to him. The fact that he knows that there is a Sanju Samson, Rishabh Pant breathing down his neck, the talk, the clamour around their inclusion in the side is getting louder. There are big performances from him, from the two of them, because we've not seen him be in as woeful form as he has been. If you look at his numbers in the last couple of seasons, at the halfway stage, I doubt if he would have been struggling the way that he's been struggling. His dismissal in the last match was also not on. I think he tried to pull a ball which was not there to be pulled and ended up skying the ball. Today as well, a full toss. It doesn't explain these dismissals.
See,
and it's not going to help his case.
It is a slow and gradual decline, because after the World Cup ended, Jitesh was the incumbent. He played in the Australia series. In that position that you wanted him, he did well. Okay, gave you some cameos, gave you a strike rate in that position which it demanded.
Yes.
The disintegration started when Sanju came in for the Afghanistan series. It was first Sanju Samson who came in. He didn't capitalize on it. So, okay, one chance that, okay, he didn't capitalize, I am still in the race. But in the IPL, recency bias, and on top of that, both Sanju and Rishabh are performing. Number one. Number two, even an outlier like a DK or an Ishan Kishan is also doing well. Different positions, and DK, by the way, he's batting in that same position where Jitesh is expected to in the India setup.
Yeah.
Now, everywhere the pressure suddenly come on me. How am I going to respond? So look at the shots he's trying to attempt. It's desperation. Now I have to go ahead of them. Pressure is told, it's playing on his mind. 7 games are up, 2 more to go until the selection's done. I think it's game over.
Two things. One, I think the pressure, as you said. Second, you mentioned about DK. See, maybe that's the difference between a Jitesh and the DK right now. Jitesh's temperament is now getting clearer, let's say, if things are to go by, in these 7 matches are to go by. But the fact that DK, see, his name is not doing the rounds as of now. Yes, couple of reports are in there, but coming into the tournament.
What has Rohit Sharma said?
That was just a passing joke.
Rohit Sharma,
But he said Dhoni I cannot call, but DK I can call.
The fact that there aren't any cobwebs in DK's mind right now, the fact that he coming into the IPL could prepare the way that he wanted to, and he did. For 2 months coming into the IPL, he was training the way that he wanted to train for it. He knew he was not in contention. Retirement plans were being laid out, even though they were spoken in hushed tones. But his mind was clear. Just go enjoy my last season. Suddenly now people on Twitter have started to say that, okay, bring back DK and all.
But captain has said no.
But the fact that there was no burden, no expectation.
No.
What
that's
is
the difference.
Captain had a very interesting take on it, okay?
In that podcast.
Yeah, in that stump mic, we heard now, World Cup khelega.
First he said that.
He said that. That was actually a ploy to put him under pressure.
I know. That I know.
Yeah.
That's obvious. So that means, how will you put somebody under pressure if that person has expectation?
Yes.
So if you're putting that World Cup jayega, then he must have expectation. Now, if DK had reached Nirvana state, as Harshit is saying, that forget it. Forget
It's
the
his
World
words
Cup.
only.
He's not. He's not come out and said.
It's not.
So he's not said. I'm saying if he had reached Nirvana state, then Rohit Sharma would have known that he's anyway not going to be thinking of the World Cup. So that sledge wouldn't have mattered. The fact that Rohit said that, maybe he feels that that DK still back of his mind thinks he has an outside chance.
No, I think
Who
it was
knows?
just a tongue-in-cheek remark over there.
Look, for DK,
Did he not say in the podcast that okay, I can convince him, but MS don't?
Yeah.
MS
so
are
then-
not even thinking.
So he's saying, "Arey MS to forget. There's no
Yeah.
chance. That's done.
That's done.
But DK at least I can."
yes. And
But
see,
on field, I think those
he's
remarks
playing
were
like a
tongue-in-cheek.
man possessed though, DK. Playing like a man possessed that hunt. See, everybody's gone into meltdown for that 186 that he hit of Natarajan at the Chinnaswamy. Look at it. Flick! And it goes out into Mekri circle and Anil Kumble circle at that point in time. That is the way how DK is capturing the imagination at this point in time. But as I said, he's an outlier. He is not expected to come. It's only two guys, Sanju and
I think
Rishabh. That's it.
we should stop adding to all the chaos
Speculations.
out there, the chaos, the speculation reports out there, and we should not be having DK's name pronounced in the show as much. Let's not add to all the noise that's already out there.
I'm not adding. I was saying what the captain has just said.
But
And
it's,
I
it's,
also
it's
said
not
that
happening.
was an
Let's
outlier.
If
face
you don't add,
it.
doesn't mean that it's not going to be there. It's all on social media.
Let's not add to the clamor.
Okay, let's move on from Dinesh Karthik. Let's look at Mumbai Indians now. They have moved to the 7th position as we had predicted. Not too much of a shift. From 9th, they've only gone into 7th. But what they're also proving is that they're in there. So if you effectively look at the points table right now, all they need to do is get a win, and the difference between number 2 and number 7 as we talk now, or for that matter number 8, which is Gujarat, is just one win. Just one win.
But also
one win.
the
One win.
Teams that are on the top of the table have played a game less.
Some, but let's say Rajasthan have played more.
Just
but
this
of
one.
course,
See, but the next 4 teams, Kolkata, Chennai.
agreed, but the difference is one win. Na?
One win.
The difference is one win. Yes, they may win another one, but they have to win another one.
So that
Gap
gap
becomes 2.
becomes 4 points.
At the moment, there's a 1. So all I'm saying is that things aren't too far.
Because, for example, when CSK take on LSG, it is battle of 3 and 5. One of them will be stranded where it is.
Yes, agree.
Correct.
So that's why.
So Mumbai Indians, again, not too far away, slow starters, but this time they've not reached a stage where it's desperation.
Yeah.
They're very well within the race, touching distance of the top 4 spot. They're in
Finally
touching
have their
distance.
first away victory as well.
Oh, yes. I mean, they won 2 in Wankhede, and now first away win for them.
The question I wanted to ask with regards to Mumbai Indians, if they had lost and they were very close to losing, if Ashutosh had not played that shot, he would have clearly won them the game. Easy peasy. Would the focus have gone on the strike rates of Rohit Sharma and Suryakumar Yadav?
I doubt.
Because then people would say, that despite such a poor start that Punjab had, even then the lower order has chased it down. So maybe you need it, and it's not even that Mumbai has one of the weakest bowling attacks, right? They've got a
Bumrah,
and they've got a Jasprit Bumrah. Hardik bowled well today. Akash Madwal went for runs, but I won't count him in the bad set of bowlers. So had a decent bowling attack. Nabi in there. So people say that despite the fact that they had such a poor start, Punjab have chased it. Maybe Mumbai should have got a little bit more, especially because they got a much better start.
You know what this entire debate on the strike rate issue has come to? It's because that guy did it and this guy didn't. Conditions, whatever were the situation. See, what used to be the scientific and the most neutral way of looking at it was the conditions. Now, in the first innings, when you looked at it, it was not easy to bat. It was a tacky kind of a wicket. You were struggling to lay bat on. That's why Suryakumar Yadav, as I said, very unlike Suryakumar Yadav innings, 147. When has he ever hit? When he's crossed 50, when has he ever hit 147?
With you.
So was there an issue?
Punjab utilized the conditions well and they bowled well.
Because I
cutters.
think the conditions got easier.
It got easier.
Conditions
In
got
the second half.
In
Yes.
the second half, this
so,
was one
so
of
you're
those.
saying it was fine, Rohit and Sky.
Yes, I
because
won't be
conditions were tough.
scrutinizing either a Rohit. Most cases,
No, let's say
Suryakumar
the
Yadav,
result had been different.
even then. For those who watch the match, I think it can't be that you just pick up the scorecard, just look at the strike rate and start criticizing a batter. This isn't one of those matches. If it had been, let's say, an SRH Mumbai match that took place in Hyderabad where conditions were flat, or one of the Mumbai games where there were runs on offer, those are days that you can, crib about the strike rate or scrutinize the strike rate of a player. Not today. The wicket, as Siddharth uses the word tacky, it was tacky. The ball was stopping a bit. You could see it. And starkly different the conditions that you saw. Could be the dew, could be whatever, just the aerial conditions easing and favouring the batters.
But you know, the focus would have gone on the easiest target that is there on the field, Hardik Pandya's captaincy. He took a risk while bowling Jasprit Bumrah in the 17th over. He was done with
that.
No, but that was a smart. I'm not saying it in hindsight. At that stage, you were dead and buried. 28 of 24, game is done. If he had not got his best bowler then I would have questioned his captaincy. I'm not saying in hindsight. Not that. See, game is out. 28 of 24, game is done. I need something, boss, now. And what do I need? I need Ashutosh's wicket there. Because I know after that, you have bowlers who can bat a bit, but they're not Ashutosh. Now I need, and who can give me that? Jasprit Bumrah. If he had not got Jasprit Bumrah then the ship would have sailed. If he had not got a Gerald Coetzee, then it was done. He had to bring in, and today, credit to Hardik Pandya.
Because I would have said, okay, if he had not played that shot, Ashutosh, in hindsight, he would have again taken it deep. Then,
but see, you're throwing the dice. But if I need Ashutosh's wicket, those are my only two options. First option, Bumrah. Second option, Coetzee. Those are my two options. I'm throwing them. If the wicket comes, great. If it doesn't, that's what sport is. It doesn't. But what it would have still done is, they gave 2 runs or so, both 4 runs, right? What that does is 23 needed of the last 12. Even though, if let's say wickets have not come, at least I've made it tough. No, 24 needed of last 12 or 23 needed of last 12. Game is on. Okay, fine. I could still lose. But now Ashutosh can't sit and just play me out. He will have to, in an over, hit a boundary or 2. So that pressure is there. So you made the game. If I keep them for the last 2 overs, 19th or whatever, he could have finished the game. Another 20 run over, finished, game is done.
I think I agree with Nikhil, because again Ashutosh was the man on song.
Yeah.
He was full throttle. He was not leaving any bowler. You could see that the force was with him, so you had to put the brakes on him. And what do? He would have been guilty had you not brought in a Bumrah. What is the point of keeping a Bumrah in your arsenal and not firing that cannon when it's needed? So that was the other concern. The only Hardik Pandya concern I have is him bowling at the death. We are getting more answers over there, I think. You had another option in Romario Shepherd to turn to, but he was a touch expensive, which is what I think on the day explains why he had to bowl the penultimate over.
Which is why Punjab Kings will be kicking themselves. Because 2 of their weakest bowlers bowled the 19th and the 20th over. Which is why they'll say, man, what a missed opportunity this was. If they had just played out Katseya, even if it was 21 or 23 need of 12, a Hardik Pandya and an Akash Madwal was anyway low on confidence. Look at the first ball that he bowled to the 20th over. It was a wide, clearly jittery. Which is why Ashutosh
and I think Rabada hit him for a 6. Right?
Rabada hit him for a 6, yes, Hardik Pandya. And then we said, maybe it could happen.
Yeah, but overall, again, as an Indian fan, I'm happy that Hardik bowled himself there. Because I really want to see Hardik.
No, but at the death, again, you're getting more answers. Rather, it's giving you more questions than answers right now.
No, but I want to see him bowl there. No,
but you've now seen 2 games in succession.
Yeah, it's fine. Today he's bowled well.
But only 2, that's not giving you much answers.
19th over, last time around as well, he bowled the 19th over.
20th over.
It was expensive
but
today as well.
As a fan, what would I want? Him hiding himself and then him coming onto the fore when the World Cup is happening.
At the right time.
But he did bowl himself at the right time. At that time, he gave Bumrah and Coetzee at those overs. Now what are you left with? It's only Akash Madwal and him who are left with overs. You're not going to the spinners.
He should have been done with his overs by, let's say, the 16th over.
But how could he? He would have, under normal circumstances where you did not need a Bumrah or a Coetzee to come in. What would be the normal plan? That I'll bowl the 16th or the 17th and they come in there. But because you needed a wicket up front of an Ashutosh, you changed your plan. And that is what good captaincy is. Now, the problem, what is it we were criticizing Hardik Pandya's captaincy for? That he would come with a plan which was written to him by the coach or whoever. So and so will bowl this over, so and so will bowl that over. Jasprit Bumrah will come here. And he was following to the T. Not, thinking that, listen, the game is dynamic, different batters, different situation. Today, for a change, he did that. He made those dynamic changes. And the other thing, as I said, as an Indian fan, I'm happy because I want him to be put under pressure here to see if he can really come. If he keeps hiding himself, let's say on that tough situation, try to protect himself, that why should I take the risk and send someone like a Romani? I would not really know whether he's good enough to be handling that pressure, which he at one point would. There's been a time since he's... So, again, people can argue whether those reports are true or not, but we did suggest that the selectors want to see more of Hardik Pandya bowl. And how is it that soon after that report came, he started bowling? He was not bowling today also.
But he's bowling himself the wrong times.
No, but today there was no option. Nowhere else will he bowl. If he has to bowl, he had to bring a Jasprit Bumrah and a Coetzee that time. How? Under normal circumstances, if the required run rate is exceeding in 20 onwards, then he would have come. If 20 needed of each over, then he bowls and keeps Jasprit Bumrah to the end.
But
I'm
see,
okay
what's
with
the
this
difference?
strategy.
The difference is, again, with GT, what he would do is he'd bowl 2 overs in the power play, 2 in the middle overs, and be done with it.
But you already had designated dead bowlers in GT.
Baba, he would have done that today also, no?
Yes.
The match was such. Ashutosh is in form. Again, we just discussed, no, that Bumrah was needed to be there.
But
what would he have done?
But had he... So how did he start the IPL? He started the IPL bowling the first over.
Yes.
That happened for a few matches. Then it stopped happening. So right now it's happening. It's at times happening. It's at times not happening. Today also
that's what I want. It's a dynamic game. You cannot have a fixed formula.
But
today, if he had come in to bowl instead of Jasprit Bumrah, that 2 over wouldn't have happened. That would have probably gone for 10-12. You needed again 10-12 of 3 overs. Game is finished.
Agreed.
He got a Bumrah who gave 2 runs.
By 16,
that put
his
pressure.
quota should have been
He
done
gets
away
out
with.
to a Coetzee.
His quota should have been done away with by 16th over, I'm saying.
No,
that was dynamic, good thinking on the
Who's
field.
going to bowl, Baba, at the death?
It's what had happened. It's what had happened prior to the 16 overs, 16 over mark is what I'm saying, where things didn't go according to plan for me.
So correct, but you needed a fast bowler, no? So if you're planning that I'm going to be using a Jasprit and a Coetzee in those 16th, 17th over, who would have bowled at the death? Between a Romario Shepherd and a Hardik Pandya, I probably would have gone for a Hardik Pandya. There's only one Akash Madwal who's gone for 24, so I have to go. There's no option. I couldn't have kept Nabi to bowl at the death. So you had to save him. Today, as I'm saying, today what I liked about a Hardik is that he was dynamic. He saw the situation and based on that performed. If today also he followed the book that I have to finish and I'll bowl this over, Madwal you bowled where Coetzee had bowled, game was done. The 1-1 over of Bumrah and Coetzee could have not gone into storage, and it's not even that I can store it and next game I'll say mujhe 5 over de do, because last match they bowled only 3, so allow me to bowl 5 for them. That also does not happen.
No, and I like the strategy of Hardik Pandya that he's bowling himself more in the death. You want answers, right?
Exactly. I want to see.
You will.
I want to see.
And 2 matches doesn't give me a big enough sample size to say, oh, it's right or wrong.
I'm saying from the Indian team perspective, are you looking at him bowling at the death?
No,
maybe in an emergency.
You cited the other day, 2016 was the last time we saw him bowl at the death.
But if need be, he should be available to bowl at any situation. He may not be my first choice. But if I'm taking him in the team, why am I taking him in the team? I'm taking him in the team because he gives me a dimension, right? So what is the dimension that he gives me? Someday I can give him the new ball, bowl an over there. Someday I will give him a couple of overs in the middle. Someday I will get him. My first choice, he'll never be my death bowler. I will have to go with whoever. My Jasprit Bumrah is going to bowl over or 2 in the death, and whoever my second death bowler is, whether it's Ashdeep, Avesh, whoever it is, or Siraj, I don't know, whoever, you go, you will bowl. They are going to bowl, not Hardik. But on a day where I'm stuck like this, where the opposition is cruising, they need a runner ball, then I'll say, boss, Jasprit Bumrah, I'm not waiting for the last over. You come and bowl. Hardik, today be ready. You have to bowl the death.
Same like what?
Agreed. Again, I'm not saying bringing in Hardik but bringing in Bumrah at that point was not the right thing to do. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, but for India also I'm saying.
But prior to that, again, the fact that the power play is not, I think, still not going as today. Yes, of course, picked a lot of wickets. Mumbai, good day for them. But you go back 2 matches and you had 4 different bowlers bowl in the power play. So that's not apt thinking. That's not good thinking on the field.
I'm not talking from Mumbai Indians point of view. I'm not talking about his captaincy.
I'm
or
saying
Mumbai
it
Indians
could
point
have
of view.
cost the game today also.
But I'm not talking about his captaincy or point of view. I'm saying I'm happy that Hardik is bowling there from an Indian cricket point of view, because Hardik needs to have that experience of bowling at every situation there. When he goes to the World Cup, he is bringing me a different dimension. I'm not looking at Mumbai Indians or what Mumbai
But
Indians are
then
doing.
aren't we then complicating things? So we've got roles defined for batters. We say, okay, roles are defined. Okay, where you bat. So for Hardik as well, we've seen him. He's been bowling with the new ball in the power play for quite some time now. Even for the Indian team, during the time that he started taking things into custody, 1 year that we saw him bowl. So he was bowling in the power play.
Yeah,
Now,
what's the point?
If he keeps bowling, okay, he will bowl in the death. Then he will go bowl 2 overs in the power play at some point. At times he'll bowl in the middle overs. You're not getting the best out of him anywhere then.
I just said, Harshit, that's not he's not my first choice to bowl in the death. He's not my first choice to bowl in the
So
death.
why have him bowl at the death?
Arey Baba, because certain days I may need him.
Look, okay.
You're not
Today you are no.
I'll
because
give
the
you one
planning-
particular scenario.
समझ ही
okay?
नहीं सकता भाई
I'll
एक
give you an
second one
example.
second, no, let me finish. Cricket is a
How many
one
overs
second.
did he bowl today in the power
One
play?
second, Baba. I am saying cricket is a dynamic game. What
Agreed.
I hate about it is this, that written in cast in stone, that this is what is going to happen. Of course, if I am the captain, I am not bowling Hardik Pandya in the death. I'm not. But I am taking Hardik Pandya in the 11. If today is the need that in the game is finishing in the 16th over, please Jasprit Bumrah, I saved you for the last 2 overs. I need you to bowl. On that day, I need Hardik to bowl the death. It's not my first choice. It's not the plan that I've gone with, but I need it today. So if he's never going to bowl, how will I suddenly paratroop him and bowl him? In dynamic situations, I may need him to do different role. He's an addition. He is an all-rounder. The role of an all-rounder is to plug holes for me. I have specialist batters. I have specialist bowlers. My death bowlers are specialists. My power play bowlers are specialists. But my Hardik is, boss, today I want to save because I'm playing a team where that opening is slightly weak, but that death batting is very good. So Jasprit Bumrah, usually I only get 1 over from you in the death. Today I'm going to use 2. So what I'm going to do is, initially, because I need you 1 in the middle also, initially you're only going to bowl 1 over to start with in the power play. So if he's going to bowl only 1, today Hardik, you need to step up and bowl in the power play. Okay. Cut to, I'm playing another team where in that team, the top order is amazing. So I'm saying, listen, Jasprit, I will need you out of the 2 overs up in the power play. I need you 1 in the middle. In that sense, so I only have 1 over of yours in the death out of 4. So possible Hardik today, you may have to fill in for that 1 over in the death. That's what he is. He's not your first choice. He's plugging in gaps. So if I need him to plug gaps, whether it is at the power play on top, whether it is at the death, so I need him to keep bowling in those overs and have that experience. That's what I'm taking him for. He's not my first choice to pick me wickets in the power play, not my first choice in the death. But as I said, today was a perfect match to see that situation. I don't think even in Hardik's mind, he had decided he's going to bowl the 19th. Your best bowler bowls the 19th. And who was going to be your best bowler? Jasprit Bumrah. But he realized at that time, boss, game is done. Jasprit, you come in. And now who does he go looking for? I liked it. He said, okay, today I will take that responsibility because my best man, Jassi and Coetzee, I've had to utilize them earlier. That's what I need him to.
This kind of situation reminded me of the India-New Zealand semi-final. The top order had collapsed.
Change the top order?
The top order, yeah, whatever. They were 92 for 6. Okay, 30 overs were up. Jadeja and Dhoni going hell for leather. Now Williamson realized.
Jadeja going hell for leather.
Even, okay, let's even say Dhoni also. Okay, he was there. 50 runs he was getting there. Okay. Williamson realized.
I thought you would have said that without me reminding you.
That's okay. I mean, we all know what happened in the end though. Williamson realized that I have to bowl my 2 best bowlers. Go through my 2 best bowlers. If the situation comes, then okay, I have thrown the dice. Jimmy Neesham bowling the final over.
Yeah.
Okay. In this kind of situation with Ashutosh going great guns, Hardik realized that yes, I have to bowl my best bowler.
Yeah.
And in the World Cup, even if you look at it, an Australia team like suppose Travis Head's going crazy and they need a similar situation. I'm not keeping Bumrah for over number 19, I'm not keeping an Avesh for over number 20. I'm bowling, supposing there's 30 of 24, last roll of the dice, Avesh, you bowl this over, Bumrah, you bowl that over.
No, Pakistan had to do that with Nawaz in that T20 game.
That's the thing.
I don't think they had decided.
Yeah.
But he took the right call. He had to bowl his best bowler the 19th over. Rauf bowled that, Shine bowled that, and then he had no option.
28
but to go
of
to
8. But that time it needed something freakish from the opposition to change your tables.
Yeah.
Here, you had to bowl a Bumrah or a thing or a Kutsia. I would have said
you guys are misconstruing. I'm not questioning him bowling Bumrah at that point. I'm saying his overs
He
should have
had-
been.
who are the
Yes,
other bowlers?
the answer to that is he bowled 1 over today. With all the success that he enjoyed at GT, he was bowling 2 overs in the power play. He started this year of the IPL as well, bowling in the power play himself. So that theory has changed all of a sudden.
No, I'm
But
saying in this game he doesn't even need to bowl 4. You're saying why should he bowl? I am saying
I would rather say that you need it. I would like to see him bowl all 4 overs every match.
No, which is great if need be. But I'm saying he is a all-rounder. He's not expected. He's not playing in the team to bowl 4 overs all the time, right? So if I am a captain today, if I have a Coetzee and a Jasprit Bumrah and I can fit in all the 4 overs of power play, I don't need a Hardik to bowl. I don't need it. Unless I've already pre-decided I need it. I'm saying Hardik is surplus. He's surplus. Today, again, I'm not saying that I want him to continue bowling in death overs or power play. He's not my first go-to bowler. But I want him to be accustomed to all situations, because that's what he will offer when he goes to the World Cup. Good that he bowled the death today because conditions dictated it. You agree? No, it was the right call. Conditions dictated it, so we got to see him. If conditions weren't dictating it, probably we wouldn't have been able to see him in the death. And then how do we know whether he's getting better or not? He got hammered last game, right?
Because
today he had to bowl. He was under pressure. I want him to be under pressure. I'm looking at again from the Indian point of view, because tomorrow you're playing a tournament with multiple games. I am Rohit Sharma. I've decided who my death bowlers are, and that's not Hardik. But it's, as I said, dynamic game. What happens in a game, I don't know. I'm stuck. Now I need somebody to step up and bowl those 2 death overs. Instead of me going to an Ashwin who's not playing, but I'm saying you had to do that in a game once where he bowled the last over in a Asia Cup. Instead of going to a spinner or whatever, I'd rather go with a Hardik, right? So I'll say, listen, Hardik, you have bowled 3 wherever. You have 1 over left. But today I've had to utilize Bumrah early because there was a partnership.
Yeah.
Come on, you bowl that 1 over for me. That can only happen if he bowls. That's what I want. I'm not saying even for Mumbai Indians that he's your go-to death bowler. Not at all. They have 2 amazing death bowlers.
And in GT, there was already a Mohammad Shami. So he need not have bowled in the death at that time that frequently. There was there was a Rashid also who would chip in the death overs. So
I'm just happy he's bowling.
Yeah.
Wherever he's bowling. And as I said, it's happened suddenly after the reports that, listen, we need to see Hardik
and at good
Pandya.
pace also.
Yeah, because see, truth be told, if you're going to take Hardik Pandya and his name is written in the team, why is it there? It's primarily because he brings you this dimension of being able to use him at different situations. But now if you're going to have a situation where he's not bowling at all, then how do you gauge his bowling form? In that sense, you're just going to take him as a pure batter. But if you're just looking at a pure batter, I think there are other contenders who are fighting with him in terms of form. I'm saying if Sanju Samson is always under pressure to show his form, or Jitesh is always under pressure to show his form, and now you even reaching where Yashasvi Jaiswal has to be under pressure, Shubman Gill has to be under pressure. Somebody will say then put that pressure for Hardik if he's just a batter. But the game changes as soon as Hardik is an all-rounder, because then he's not under pressure, there's no other competition. So that I agree that he needs to bowl, and if that message has indeed gone to him as is being reported, then that's good. I'm liking to see, because I want to see Hardik the bowler be used to all situations. That's why the dimension he brings, and if I'm captain Rohit Sharma, I may need him in those positions. So good. I mean, today he had a good day. On other days he would not have a good day, but let me be the judge of that. Now let me see it. If I don't see it, how I'm going to be judging?
Oh, from 26 it's come down to 17 his economy rate in the death overs. So that's okay.
That's a start.
That's a start indeed. So that's the
They were 22 against
26 in the game versus CSK.
CSK.
Yeah,
22 Dhoni I think alone scored.
Yeah, Dhoni alone scored that. So yeah, 26 runs. So that's why it wasn't.
Okay, please guys, go for it.
Yeah, Mirage rules from Canada. Punjab at this moment is run by one mistake player and one cheapest player. But today was the best game of the IPL.
No, but he was not a mistake player, firstly.
Yeah.
Shashank was not a mistake player. They wanted Shashank. The one that they got confused with was another Shashank who...
19-year-old Bengal.
20-year-old from Bengal.
He did not play at all.
Yeah. Playing for the Darjeeling.
So not the mistake player. This is the player that they wanted.
Yeah.
Says, but today was the best game.
Cheapest player as in the one who got very base price.
Base price, 20 lakhs.
Ashutosh at a base price.
Yeah, 20 lakhs. Whatever,
Yes, true.
Yeah. Yep. But today was the best. But today was the best game of the IPL as it was swinging both ways.
One of the best.
True. One of the best. We've seen thrillers now, a few of them.
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen.
And PBKS would feature in a couple of those.
Oh, yes.
What I would say is that it's a good tribute to the IPL anniversary.
Yeah.
Today happens to be the IPL anniversary. Still, no,
It's gone.
over.
So
Past it now?
Yesterday
yeah.
was.
See, the first game was an absolute. I mean, less said about
So
it.
IPL into the 19th year now.
Yeah.
18th year. anniversary.
18th year.
Yeah.
It's into the 18th year because 2025,
Five.
18 seasons, 17th year.
Ha.
So, when Manchester Rising from the US, PK's England player come for hill vacation and trek in IPL. Ouch. Johnny Bairstow, Liam Livingston. Ouch, that's harsh. But yeah, they have not been in form. Even today, Livingston was not in form at all with the bat.
But they've been going on treks and all for a while now. They had the series.
Now they're going back to their home ground, Dharamshala, where they're going to host CSK and
Their
RCB.
home ground meaning Punjab's home
Punjab
ground.
is
Oh,
home
this is
ground.
also their home ground.
Yeah. They've got 4 home grounds, no?
No, you're saying going back to their home ground.
4.
4 home grounds, yeah. They played in Indore. Indore was also their home ground.
But that
Nagpur
was
their
a
home
while
ground.
back. That
Yeah.
was a while back.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But they will be playing
In Dharamshala.
in Dharamshala. Yeah.
RCB and CSK.
Two games in Dharamshala as
A
well.
lot of these overseas players have disappointed
Yeah.
this season.
They only
David Warner,
Yeah.
Bairstow,
Livingston.
Glenn Maxwell,
Stark also, I would
Faf
say.
du Plessis.
Stark's
Stark's been underwhelming.
Yeah. Green.
Green. Oh yeah,
17 crores on the bench.
yeah, yeah.
Only-
Your favorite?
Darryl Mitchell. Yes. Rachin Ravindra.
Rachin Ravindra. yes.
Barring the first 2 games, yes.
Yeah, he's underwhelmed big time.
Yeah.
But at the other end, you see a Travis Head doing so well, a Pat Cummins doing so well.
Okay. Mehraj rule says Livingston is simply sitting.
Monthly getting.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
Ankit has sent a question from Canada.
Your cousin?
Yes.
Did you not message him after that day?
No, he's a good guy. See, he's coming the right way. He's not. What is that?
Cheat code?
Yeah.
He's not getting into nepotism.
He's not Nepomniachtchi.
So Ankit is asking. This is question to you, Siddharth. Please read.
Virat Kohli strike rates compared to how others batted. Look at Tilak, David, Shashank, Ashutosh. You can't defend RS and Sky. We shouldn't be.
We should be fair.
We should be fair.
Answer.
You go first and I'll go second. Pehle aap.
He'll take time to
Different
think.
situations.
Acha.
Different situations, and the different situations will call for different sort of assessment as well. Today, it is that kind of a pitch where you saw all batters in the second innings find
But
it.
Virat that day had said, "No, it wasn't."
Faf said.
No, Virat also said.
Virat said it was 2 pace. That RR game you're talking about now?
Yes.
Yeah. He
The
did
one
say-
in
in Savai Mansingh.
in Savai Mansingh.
Yeah.
Faf used the word two-paced, I think.
So did Virat.
So did Virat.
Virat at the
made it
halfway
in
stage.
his- yeah.
Virat at the
So
halfway
now
stage.
go on with your answer.
But again, the way all batters played that day, barring a Virat Kohli,
Who got 158 strike rate?
who
156,
but again that 158 was you have to break down his innings. It was even less than 158 prior to him reaching the 3-figure mark. It slowed down when he was approaching the 3-figure mark. Once he got to the 3-figure mark, the strike rate then reached in excess of 150. So that's because he got a 50 of what 39 balls. So it's not, and look at the other batters on the day who performed, and then a match-winning knock on top of that from Josh Butler. So again, that will garner more appreciation.
Yeah, I mean, see, what this has done is, Ankit, the problem is we are not looking at scenarios, which he used to do, but because, oh, Virat scored this much, Rohit has scored this much. The common underlining theme in both was that they lost. Rohit now has got a tendency in the last 2 games. He starts off well in the power play, but then he slows down in the middle overs. It's happened for 2 games now. You saw even in the CSK game, didn't get much of the strike.
So that's not slowing down then.
It's not slowing down,
It's
but
not
then he
slowing
couldn't
down
get the
because
momentum.
the word selfish was trending the other day. I remember,
It was.
but it was misplaced. That word was misplaced because people were forgetting the fact that Virat scored the last 13 runs of 9 balls.
Yeah.
Rohit Sharma got his last 12 that he needed to get to the 100 in 4 balls. How do you then use the word selfish? Yes, it may have come in a losing cause, but that doesn't mean you attribute the word selfish to Rohit Sharma then.
And in simple dynamics, you would look at it, when you set a total, the dynamics is different. When you chase a total,
And
the dynamics are different.
Did we not say?
Yeah, but what you are suggesting is contrary to that. In fact, setting a total, dynamics are different, and if you err on the strike rate, that's less, wrong than chasing. Because while you're batting first, you really don't have a clear cut as to what is the right.
Isn't it
Yeah.
the other way around?
No, it's exactly the opposite. If you so I'm just, let's say I'm on the bat, I'm batting first, I'm playing according to the situation, whatever is coming, I'm playing it. I may have a total in mind of what that I'm going for, but I would not know 100% if that's
A
correct,
safe total.
safe, or did I play the right strike rate. If I've, let's say, batted and I've batted at 150, I think I've done good enough, and I think this pitch gets that. But when I'm chasing, then I have a clear-cut idea as to what my strike rate should be in different situations, right? Because if I'm chasing, if I've fallen back because power play wasn't good, now I know I need to up it. But batting first, I don't know. I only play on merit. I'm batting with less pressure. That's the advantage of batting first. But the strike rate management is better when you're chasing, because you have an idea of when I can be controlled. So then that actually works the
But
other
then
way.
international
not this way.
cricketers, top level cricketers.
No, they need to. But I'm only going by his logic,
Yes,
saying that
yes,
batting first would be tougher to understand. Like today, it would be tougher for a Sky or a Rohit to know what is the ideal strike rate. Because Rohit got out early, but for a Sky, it would have been different. Chasing, so they would have known, what is the rate. So I think that argument doesn't hold true when you're comparing the Virat and the Rohit innings.
And did we not say at the halfway stage in that particular match only, RCB versus RR, Savai Mansingh, that RCB was short? They got to about 180 whatever total, but we called it here that it's not a good enough total. Yes, it came across, I don't mind saying this, that it came across as a bit of a surprise to hear from the two veterans of the game that their assessment of the pitch was that it looked sluggish to them. Everyone on the outside, including everyone here and elsewhere as well, I remember, didn't quite see those comments coming, because to the naked eye, it didn't quite appear so. We called it here, yes, that in the first half today, the pitch was sluggish, the pitch was tacky, batting was not easy. The other day, I'm afraid that wasn't the case.
Yeah, see, it's very complicated now because of what has happened. Now, in several games, the chasing argument, Rohit's failed while chasing. Virat, his major complaint is he can't set the dynamic in a total when he's batting first.
That's the difference, which is why people are saying, if had it been Rohit or had it been Virat in Rohit's place, played those many balls, knowing the target, he would have taken you home that day.
But again, it was like,
and that's to Virat's credit, and I agree with that thought.
It was like the MS Dhoni knock against DC. The situation was lost, he went for glory shots. The only difference was, at that time you knew that the game was lost. But in Mumbai's case, I don't know, when wickets were falling like 9 pins, I thought the game was done by the 13th, 14th over. You are just living on borrowed time. Which is why I think Rohit's 100 will always be scrutinized by that.
My thought on that whole Virat versus Rohit Sharma debate is only one, which is, I will blame both, because I have said this earlier. They are such big names that if they have gotten 100, they need to win the game for their team, whether it's batting first, batting second. So, and I gave the example of Butler the other day. Coincidentally, it just so happens after that 2-3 games later, Butler is the one who does it. That's what I expect. A big name player, and I will judge the strike rate not in totality or as an absolute number, because every place conditions are different. But if you have batted for half the deliveries of a match, I've said it before, then whether it's Virat or Rohit, you need to win the game. You need to be ahead of the curve, whatever the curve is. If the curve of that match is a 150-60 strike rate, you needed to be ahead of that, because you are ahead of the competition, you are ahead of majority of batters. If the arc of that batting was 130 strike rate, then you need to be ahead. If the arc of that batting surface and conditions and opposition was 180, then you need to be ahead based on that, and that's what both teams do. Today, why I think I will not criticize, let's say Rohit for that example, because as I said, everyone is allowed a failure. If Virat gets out early, in a limited time, doesn't get going, it's another matter, right? But when they bat longer, when it's your day, when it's a Virat Kohli's day, when it's a Rohit Sharma's day, then their teams don't win, then fingers will be pointed to that. They get out early, that's fine. Today, the other thing that I think will go in Rohit's favor is if you realize that in both matches, top order batting wasn't easy. Look at Punjab's top order batting, look at Mumbai also, and more often than not, Sky is not a player whose strike rate you'll ever question. The fact that Sky was also going at that strike rate tells you that may not have been easy to begin with, but it gets better as the game progresses. It happened in the second innings too. Maybe that was a thing. So today I will not point fingers at anyone, but yeah, going back to that earlier thought, I would have blamed both because they are such amazing batters and I'm a fan of both of them. I expect them, if I'm watching them play, if they are in form, they need to win the game.
Yep.
They did. Okay, moving on.
Is MI a top 4 team without Bumrah? PBKS top order, thumbs down.
Which is agreed and...
Am I a top 4 team without Bumrah? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Without Bumrah, they are a
Worth
pale shadow.
Worth his weight in gold.
Mirage rules. If Punjab can somehow increase their YT game, they'll be the best team of the IPL. RCB's crown is under threat. Punjab is entertainment guaranteed.
That's true actually. The social media game needs to... They've started doing better now slightly.
I still don't quite. I think there are a few franchises out there. I really like what RR do.
Yeah.
Siddharth will love it because their game is much like Siddharth's. It revolves all around Bollywood memes.
Yes.
Lot of Bollywood references they use.
Okay, Pranit Datta.
Ashutosh sweeping Bumrah was for a 6 was just wow, as we said earlier.
Yeah, you pointed that he did, but I will only make one point, and this is where I think Mumbai are. See, with Ashutosh, to the naked eye, you can make out he's a leg side batter. Like he's a batter who enjoys.
Yeah, hitting on the much like Tewatia, let's say.
Yeah, but again, your plan is you're only bowling him there. Majority, even Akash Madwal is coming round the way, you're bowling him there.
Into the stumps.
Yeah, I mean, come on, come with a different plan. Learn from Tata. Going wide outside off stump.
But even Sunil Narayan then destroyed him.
But he also got a few dot balls in the middle.
But don't we term that as very defensive?
Yeah, but what do you do? That you want to win the game or be defensive or aggressive? Today, if his strength is here, okay, he's going like this.
He can play there,
Yeah,
exactly
on.
what was said.
That I think Mumbai was
that maverick knock off Glenn Maxwell that we saw against Afghanistan. What was the one criticism, let's say, that one had, let's say, for the Afghanistan bowlers? That given the fact that the man wasn't able to move around well or use his crease, why did you keep bowling him in the arc? You bowled him closer to the wide. The wide marking, gotten him to move around, reach out to the ball.
Although when this guy tried, what was that spinner? Mujibur Rahman. He tried bowling out Maxwell still.
That was different. That is an exceptional now.
Yeah.
Doesn't follow any logic. Doesn't follow any logic. Divyang says, title of Siddharth's second book, The Judgment of Diving.
And IPL's disastrous umpiring standards. I mean, today yet again.
But let him finish the first book.
But
his
seriously,
first book on the
I think Siddharth likes the idea
of
already.
fan behavior is still under progress.
Code of conduct for fans.
Code of conduct. What a vanilla title here. It is something else. I have to think about it. First, let the body be done.
The body.
It will be a bestseller.
Let's see.
It will be. Already people are waiting.
Free complimentary copies to all the Belpuri walas.
Ha.
So, but seriously, what was MI doing? Bowling is concerning, but let's hope.
That's a.
But I do agree. I mean, one umpiring decision, especially for the ball tracking thing, took 5 minutes.
That is a perennial.
Rabada, I think it was to Surya Kumar Yadav.
No, but everything.
A lot of time that.
Today, for example, there was a wide call that the batter had moved, okay, and the ball went in his natural position. So he's clearly moved. To the naked eye, you're seeing that will not be a.
Hardik Pandya.
So then that that the umpire has also seen that there is movement. So I'm now not going to call it a wide. But he's still asking to see if the bat has touched the ball. Yeah. Why you want to see that? You've seen his move. Whether now the bat has touched or not, it's not going to be a wide. You're not giving it a wide. Yeah. No, he wants to see snicker, if it's snicked or not. Oh, not snicked. Then he said the same thing after that. No, the batter has moved, so not a wide. Arey, say it pehle na, save those 2 minutes.
I think given the complications that have been added now to the DRS and the amount of time it's taking, and since we like taking a few takeaways from football once every now and then, I do foresee a scenario when, let's say, next year, you will be seeing lines being drawn, parallel lines being drawn,
VAR for offside.
No, to judge whether the ball. So right now you're judging only by freezing the frames and seeing okay whether the ball's in the line of that wide marking or not. But soon enough you'll see perpendicular lines being drawn and seeing what percentage of the ball is in, what percentage of the ball is out.
Like how we have in gully cricket, we put some stones. इसके बाहर के no, the wide है, wide है.
No, they have a mark.
You'll see vertical lines being drawn.
Still,
You
it's
know,
taking so
but
much
in
time.
when we used to play, we used to actually put stumps there.
Yes.
So then, because the stumps have a height also, you clearly see whether it's gone inside. Or not.
We would also put a stump there.
Yeah.
Because end the debate.
Or you put like those cabins
Because
what we have
bricks-
at COVID, this thing. We put that. Okay.
Bricks were always, debatable because they were thick.
Height, yeah.
I know.
Bowlers would feel disadvantaged at times.
True.
Shubham Garg, FII till 26 minutes. Nick's voice was slow. Check chat, but we did
Blame
change
it to producer Saransh.
There was a technical issue.
Technical issue.
It got
Yeah,
changed
you
in the
know
middle.
mine, but still it was not. But it's fine after that.
Yeah, it was.
26 minutes.
26 minutes. Shubham.
Pranit Datta, Hardik bowled well today. He's never going to bowl in the death for India.
Yes.
Will be needing him for 2 overs max every match. So happy to see him bowl.
Exactly.
No, you will need him to bowl 4 overs.
That depends upon
Maybe.
the bowling composition
Yeah.
when they pick.
He will be the sixth, I think, option.
Yeah.
Really?
You will need to play
Three
fast
pacers and
bowlers
two
spinners. I don't know. It's a big risk if you're going with just 5 bowlers.
Yeah.
And Hardik bowling.
And
four.
Hardik's fitness.
I hope Rinku
please.
doesn't hear any of this.
Anyway.
Vishal Panchal. We should discuss DK. Pant and Sanju are not lower order batsmen. DK didn't get a fair chance in 2022 and 2024 is a longer tournament compared to 2022.
Point to heaven.
But yeah, Vishal Panchal, DK got far more games. Here he'll get fewer games because RCB are not making it to the playoffs. At least in 2022 they made it to the playoffs.
He
na?
is talking about
In the
T20
Indian
World Cup.
team, yeah. He has to put
Yeah.
everything in RCB context.
But he is playing at that time. And see, there were series played after the IPL also, and the T20 World Cup was in October. Here you're not played a single series and you're suddenly slotting in.
Chalo.
In 2022, you were constantly toggling between a Pant and a DK.
Yeah.
You started with DK and in semi-final, Pant suddenly played.
Yeah. That's
Not
true.
even
You were
semi-final,
unfair to
Zimbabwe
DK
game,
that I
you
would
said
have.
Pant.
Pant was not.
Yeah.
Next one, please, if you can scroll.
Pranit Datta. How messed up was MI on the field? There were 3 captains in Rohit, Hardik, Bumrah. Bowlers are not getting the requested field. It did not look good.
It's still better than Chelsea players fighting for the ball to take
no,
the
no,
penalty.
No, I think now he's involving Jasprit Bumrah and Rohit
Rohit,
Sharma,
yeah,
which I
yeah.
think is good. And half the time bowlers didn't get because the over rate was so slow. So they had to keep the fielder inside. 9 minutes or 10 minutes slow they were.
Yeah,
That's
should
their
go
bigger
back-
problem.
They should go back to the 90s. Dock overs. If suppose 200 they made in 20 overs, dock couple of overs, chase that in
Saransh.
that many overs. 18 overs. Suppose it's 18 overs, chase it in that. Dock overs, it's a big deterrent, I'm telling you.
Now, see they're taking steps. Starting, the World Cup, you will see stock clock and all as well. So inside 1 minute, the next over will have to start.
Nothing on that will happen. Yeah. Today, Shubham Garg. Today, Rose Sky bats at 140. Pitch is difficult. No question. Hitting ability on gripping pitches. If this was VK, Sid would have got theory sad. Again, Shubham Garg, as I knew it. These kind of things now only he can bring about because he's blinded. He can't see anything beyond Virat Kohli. So that's the thing.
It's okay.
But
He can't see
even
the broader
Virat fans,
picture.
I'm saying
We've
he
spent
sounds
enough
like
time discussing
he
that.
sounds like a Virat
He
fan
sounds
right now,
like he is.
But I'm just
So
saying,
what? What's
no
wrong with
need
it?
to.
There's nothing wrong
not
in it.
everything needs to be compared to,
Yeah,
let's
I
say,
agree.
the person you look
Yeah.
at as a messiah or whatever. Not everything has to be.
It is a sad
He is the
state
gold
of-
standard. He is the gold standard. He's always
Yeah.
going to be up there as far as the GOAT debate is concerned. But not everything.
But it's a sad reflection because then every single thing then it will be scrutinized and twisted according to convenience.
Sounds like a
It is a sad
insecure
reality.
fan. Why do fans have to be insecure? Be proud.
Yeah. Nikhil Shinde, but by the looks of it, by the way, 16 to 20th over, it was not Hardik who was calling the shots. How suddenly all of them, even Bumrah pulled back the line and started bowling into the pitch, it worked. It did.
No, but Bumrah works every single time. I don't think he needed anyone else to really tell him what to do. I think he does all of it on his own. Again, nothing succeeds like success. Honestly telling you, I know people are started watching it now, but honestly from the first game onwards, I did see there were inputs from Rohit Sharma. to begin with. Even in those matches that Mumbai Indians lost, they were inputs. I did see them in conversation all the time. Sometimes, sitting on the outside, we make a lot of it. For example, sometimes we misconstrue Rohit when he's captaining the Indian team and he's a bit animated that he was angry. It may not have been that. You were just gesticulating and expressing things while they're happening, and these are tense situations. It does not always mean that. I don't think that, and I know a lot of you are implying that suddenly Rohit has started controlling the team and that's why they're doing better. I don't see much of it. In fact, the criticism that was coming Hardik Pandya's way is that he was allowing everyone else to be taking decision and not really stamping his own authority, which he needs to do.
Yep.
Eventually, if he's been given the captaincy, the buck stops with him, because win, he'll get all the praises, lose, he'll get all the brick bats. So he has to step in. He can take advice of everyone else as possible. Eventually, it has to be his call, because he will be judged. Nobody's going to say, oh, this game, oh, but he asked so and so, and Bumrah is the one who suggested. But that doesn't matter. Call is yours.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty much the same. Results are different, so I think we're looking at it differently.
Yeah. Sai Dattu from the US is saying, sorry, Nabi and Shepherd have done nothing, change is needed.
I think you're being harsh on both. Romario Shepherd played an outstanding knock the
Delhi
other day when they
Capitals.
won. He's barely played 3 games, and you're judging him. He's there to bowl a couple of overs, which he does. He comes down the order and that's a position where he's not going to be successful all the time. Ditto for Nabi. I think just a game ago he bowled an outstanding spell with a new ball in the power play.
Yeah, RCB.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there will be change, and if they do, then you're jumping the gun. Team's winning, why would you want to do anything? Finally, they've gotten back to winning ways.
Yep. Samadhan Thorve, please, Harshit. He says that Rohit today was 24 or 14.
Yeah, Samadhan Thorve.
Okay, I thought that. Chalo, anyway, since I started taking Sai Dattu's comment, he says that Rohit today 24 of 14 in power play, 12 of 11
We
outside.
discussed that
We discussed
at
that.
depth. Please take the other one.
Okay, Hardik Pandya is an actor, he says, not a cricketer. Throughout the match, we can see the acting. I don't think he is a good bowler. I will prefer proper batsman over him.
Okay, we'll take his comment because that is his opinion. But in that acting part also, I don't know, that's his opinion. But I will add one thing to it, that sometimes it is getting a bit sugar coated, that behavior. Like I saw it today also, when he's padded up, and that's not Hardik Pandya, right? Cheering and getting excited.
Shadow batting on the side.
No, not shadow batting, communication with the team.
He was shadow batting as well.
Yeah, but that is okay.
Was
A
he-
batter who's sitting there, shadow batting is nothing unusual.
get a hostile
I'm talking about
reception
unusual thing of his communication with the team. Shadow batting is fine. Everyone does that. His communication with the team and thumbs up and I just thought that it's slightly overdone.
It is. And everybody's calling it out also. And did he get a hostile reception today in Mullanpur?
I don't think so.
I don't
Or
think
maybe I may have missed it.
I also.
But Wankhede is not giving up on him. They're going after him.
They are.
Even now.
So,
Yeah.
but everybody's calling it out that he's Mr. Nice Guy. He's smiling. The scene
Yeah, that's a
smiling
bit-
that
The
happened.
smiling's really come
Yeah,
understood.
that was
me.
happening today also.
It
I
was.
just thought that there was sometimes it feels like you're trying extra hard.
You're trying too hard, yeah.
I
It's
think
clearly
that's
visible.
Kevin Peterson really summed it up very well the other day when he said that he's overdoing it. Clearly he's hurt. The more you do it, the more it tells the world that you're hurt. Yes, you don't want to be treated that way. You're an Indian player after all. But all the smiling, excessive smiling at the toss, clearly
we
you're
had been
affected.
saying it from the start.
I mean,
Even before KPC.
it is like Boman Irani in Munnabai MBBS.
Saransh.
Huh? It's like Boman Irani in Munnabai MBBS. When he's getting angry, he's like, he's trying to laugh. Forced laughter.
Yeah.
In order to suppress that. So maybe that way. Let's see. Mirage Rules. I would recommend you guys to check out Club Prairie episode with Rohit Sharma.
Yeah,
Gilchrist
checked
and-
it out.
We did a video on that also. Hope to see collaboration with ST team one day.
Done, Mehraj.
Yes. Shubham Gar, we need to question why Sky's strike rate outside Wankhede. I have not seen him strike big in sluggish conditions. World Cup final, latest examples. He's not wrong.
Yeah, you're not. I think he likes it, but that's the nature of
It's
his
fine.
batting. He likes pitches where the ball really comes under the bat.
I mean, you look at that MI LSG game last year, it was a typical anti-Surya kind of a wicket. He tried a reverse scoop, but it got off the inside edge and knocked the stumps out. That's why there is a very valid criticism. Outside of the Wankhede, he just struggles in the IPL. He just does.
But this season, I think there'll be plenty of pitches that are going to suit his style of batting. I think Hyderabad is one.
Kolkata maybe.
Kolkata,
Kolkata,
maybe,
you don't know
yes.
which strip you get in Kolkata. That's
You're not
Chennai
playing-
also to that.
No, they've already played. Na? They're not playing for the second time.
Yeah,
And-
but he was not available at the time.
He wasn't.
Yeah, Sky wasn't.
Yeah. And RCB also they're playing only once. So I don't think.
RCB also pitch has been two-paced at times.
But man, for those short boundaries, man. Surya, one miss hit can go to Makri circle.
Okay, Ashish Dar wants to know MS Dhoni, Michael Bevan, the better finisher.
Yikes, that's I would say MS Dhoni.
I'm also going with Dhoni.
I have only seen more of Dhoni, so I'll say Dhoni.
MS Dhoni.
But what Bevan was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
At that time, he showed world the way of how things can be chased. I will also admit to the fact that Bevan batted in tougher conditions because those days, one ball gets old, very tough to. But then Bevan was never a dasher, so he utilized the conditions, and instead of whacking it, which you could not in those days because the ball had become so old, he would find different ways of getting in those singles, doubles, rare boundary and win games. Dhoni, when he became slightly better to whack because the ball was still new. 2 new balls were being used. Not a lot of saliva, as we would see, the ball wouldn't get that heavy, so better to strike on. But yes, he utilized that situation. Another good finisher which you're not adding was Yuvraj Singh, by the way, and I'd throw him also in that conversation because in ODI cricket, he knew how to finish games in the situation. A lot of matches I can think of, one of the Centurion match, we all talk about Sachin Tendulkar's knock. It's actually Yuvraj and
50.
Dravid who had that partnership, Yuvraj finishing. Your 2011 quarterfinal against Australia.
Oh yes.
He
and
finished
Raina.
that. He finished that game. Very, very important game. So there are a few other games like that.
2007 England T20, 2007 semi-final.
Yeah. Again, those are. But I'm even talking about where you needed to be, finding the balance between attacking and defense and those kind of.
2000 Champions Trophy,
Champions
South
Trophy,
Africa.
yes. Again, yeah.
And
another good
also
game.
South Africa and Sri Lanka, where he and Dravid put on that very important partnership. 62 he made, and I think Dravid made 49, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. So a lot of big games that Yuvraj Singh finished, which is very, very.
In that Bevan era, I will include one more. We don't speak of him much, of Arjuna.
Yeah.
Ranatunga.
Yes, he was. I agree. Very, very
Excellent
sharp
finisher.
cricketer. Very sharp. Knew how to utilize conditions.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Agreed. Asaduzzaman is saying, what are your thoughts on UEFA Champions League? It appeared like Real had 10% of the possession in the second half and extra time. Even City failed to score a goal. That's an indication of a giant team winning even on worst day. Asad, we've done a separate video on both those games, so wouldn't spend too much time
It's up.
discussing it. It's up on Sports Today. It was up a couple of hours ago, so do check our analysis on the UEFA Champions League games that happened last evening.
Yep.
On that note, shall we call it a night?
Yes, we can.
Saransh says yes. So tomorrow is another day.
Yep. Which is the game? I forgot the game. Friday.
It's a Lucknow game.
No, CSK are playing LSG. That's on Tuesday. Not.
No, I think tomorrow it is.
Is it? Oh, got to check.
No, not like that, Saransh. Click on the top. You have to click on IPL. No. You have to go back to that. Yeah, now you see it come down. No. Upar. Go up. Yeah, you have to click on IPL. Yes.
Yeah.
You guys have to spend some time on this. What did I say?
Oh, yes. Oh, 23rd is the return leg. CSK LSG in Chepauk.
I told you tomorrow
Yeah,
it's
tomorrow.
a Lucknow game.
Oh, okay. And Sunday is DCA. Saturday is DCA.
Saturday.
Not tomorrow, today.
It's actually become today. Yes.
See you. Bye.
See
Take
you.
care.
Bye-bye.
Good
Nandri.
night. Nandri.
Shubhratri, Shabba
Okay.
Khair.
And eat your vegetables. Don't trouble your mother. And first phase of voting tomorrow.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Whenever.
Yes. Bye-bye.
7 hours.
8 o'clock.